22 years old, Munetaka Murakami.
Yeah. Okay, so Munetaka Murakami plays in the Nippon Professional League in Japan. And this guy, I've been trying to make people aware of his capabilities. He actually plays third base, but there's a lot of presumptions that if he came over into the major leagues that he would play first base. And this guy is a masher. He's a masher. He's 22 years old, and as a 22-year-old, he threatened the Nippon Professional Baseball League home run record, all-time home run record, which is 60 home runs on the season. He hit 56. He did break a record from a legendary Japanese player, Sadaharu Oh, who was like the Japanese Babe Ruth. So he broke his record for Japanese-born players of 55 home runs. He hit 56 on the season. He won a triple crown in the Nippon Professional Baseball League overall in the season. And they were similar to the MLB, where they've been going through an offensive swoon to where pitching has been very dominant. But he hit 318 with a 458 OBP and a 711 slugging percentage. So his OPS was 1,168 on the season. He had an incredible year. And if you've watched tapes of this guy, he's got like a certain swagger. I don't know how else to put that. Like, the guy is just a beast. He's a masher, and he's like built to hit baseballs, I guess. You know, there's certain players that just have that, and he's one of those guys that does. It's fun to watch him hit the ball. But I think there's a lot of belief that he wants to come play professional baseball. Ohtani came as a 25-year-old. I think he debuted as a 25-year-old. Murakami is under contract until he's 25, which would be a few years away. But the way that Ohtani came was he was able to make a special deal with his league and his team and the major leagues to come over. I think it's a possibility with a guy like this, with the type of hype that he generated this year, that he could come over sooner than that. There's no guarantee, and that's the risk, you know, and it might be a few years when he does. But if he does come over sooner rather than later, I think he comes over as the number one overall prospect.
As Ross stated, if you haven't seen the clips, go watch them. I have seen the clips because I was getting nonstop text messages of "Watch this, Brian," and I'd watch the text message and be like, another text message from Ross on one of his prospects, and boom. It was like, yeah, that was a freaking skyrocket, man. It wasn't a little bit gone. Like, it still hasn't landed yet. Yes. If you guys have a chance to, and you want to take a risk. We don't know if he's going to come over. We don't know if he's going to play American ball. The talking point sounds like he wants to, but we have a few years. Maybe there's a buyout contract or something like that the Dodgers can pull off. And I say the Dodgers just for random purposes, but if you guys have a chance and he's just available hanging out in your free agent market, go get him.
No matter how it is, if you can go pick this guy up and he's a free agent in your league, he's worth more than most top 100 players. That's my belief. If it's a first year player draft sort of eligibility thing, to me, this is the guy that gives you an opportunity to get somebody that is like a top end prospect guy at not top end costs. And that's why I've been hyping him so much, is because I want people to be aware of that. So if you're drafting this year Jackson Holiday or Drew Jones, or whoever it might be, you know, those guys, they're going to take a few years, typically speaking, before they're ready for the major leagues. Well, that's the same case here. Munetaka Murakami is probably, at the worst case scenario, he's probably not going to be over for a few years. But he's going to be just as valuable as a Jackson Holiday when he does.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to drive home, is this guy is as sure of a bet as those guys, and he's the same distance away. So if you can go get him, go get him. Go get him. Figure out a way to make it happen. And there's few other players like that too. These are the guys that follow non-traditional paths to the major leagues, and they often get overlooked. And this guy shouldn't be getting overlooked because he's breaking records. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and of course visit our website, scoutthestatline.com, for more.